What if I told you that the gods who created the world had to sacrifice themselves, just so the sun could rise? Welcome to Epic Time Journeys. Today we unravel one of the most extraordinary and mysterious creation myths in ancient history, the Aztec tale of how the universe began. A myth so dramatic, so symbolic, and so intricate, it shaped an entire civilization's understanding of life, death, and destiny. Let's journey back to ancient Mesoamerica, to the Valley of Mexico, centuries before European contact. This was the heartland of the Aztec Empire, a powerful civilization that built grand cities, towering temples, and a cosmology centered on gods, sacrifice, and balance. According to the Aztecs, the world we live in today isn't the first, but the fifth. Yes, in their belief system, 4 entire worlds had existed before ours, each ruled by a different sun, each destroyed by catastrophic events. Fire, wind, flood, jaguars. The gods had gathered to decide who among them would become the next sun, the shining force to light the world and bring life. But becoming the sun wasn't an honor, it was a death sentence. You see, to become the sun, a god had to leap into a sacrificial fire and be consumed completely. Only through death could light be born. 2 gods stepped forward. The first was Teotihuacan, a proud and wealthy deity, confident, strong, and adorned with the finest robes and jewelry. The second was Nanahuatzin, a humble, diseased god covered in sores, poor and meek in every way. The gods built a great fire, and the moment of sacrifice arrived. Teotihuacan was supposed to jump first, but, standing before the roaring flames, he hesitated. 4 times he tried, and 4 times he failed. Then quietly and without hesitation, Nanahuatzin stepped forward. But the story doesn't end there. Although Nanahuatzin had become the sun, he was frozen in the sky. He refused to move. The world was still in darkness. The gods realized something horrifying. The sun needed more blood to move, not just one sacrifice, but many. So the gods, those divine beings of the heavens, made the ultimate decision. One by one they sacrificed themselves. Their blood fed the sun, and finally it began to move across the sky. The day was born. This act would become the cornerstone of Aztec religion. To keep the sun moving, to keep the world alive, blood was needed, human blood. This is why the Aztecs practiced human sacrifice on such a grand scale. They weren't being cruel, they believed they were literally feeding the sun, keeping the universe from collapsing into darkness. Every ritual, every offering, every drop of blood spilled on the temple stones was a gift to the sun god. But which sun god? That would be Tonatiuh, the god of our current 5th sun, the one born from Nanahuatzin's fire. He was a demanding deity, fierce and unstoppable. The Aztecs believed that if he wasn't properly nourished, he would stop moving. And well, the world would end. In Aztec temples, especially the massive Templo Mayor in Tenochtitlan, thousands of sacrifices were made to Tonatiuh. Warriors, captives, and volunteers were offered to maintain cosmic balance. The ritual wasn't just brutal, it was divine duty. The Aztecs didn't see death in sacrifice as a loss, but as a transformation. They believed those who died in sacrifice were reborn in the afterlife, often rising to serve the gods or accompany the sun in its eternal journey. Some became hummingbirds or butterflies, sacred creatures in Aztec culture. Others were reborn as stars in the night sky. But why did the Aztecs believe the world kept ending and being reborn? It all comes back to the idea of cycles. Nature itself was cyclical, day and night, seasons, life and death. The Aztec calendar reflected this belief. Their Tonalpohualli, a sacred 260-day calendar, tracked divine energy, while the Xiuhpohualli, a 365-day solar calendar, mirrored agricultural life. When these 2 calendars aligned every 52 years, it was considered a dangerous time, the end of a cycle. During this period, the Aztecs performed the new fire ceremony, extinguishing all fires across the empire. Priests lit a single sacred fire on a sacrificed human's chest. If it burned successfully, the world would continue. If not, they believed everything would fall into darkness forever. This isn't just mythology, it shaped every part of Aztec life, from farming and warfare to architecture and astronomy. Their temples were aligned with the sun, their cities followed cosmic patterns, and their entire social structure was rooted in this sacred obligation: keep the balance, feed the gods, prevent the end. To us, these stories may seem strange, but to the Aztecs, they were truth. Cosmic laws written in blood, fire, and sacrifice. Their myth of creation wasn't just about the beginning of time, it was about responsibility. The idea that survival required sacrifice, not just from gods but from humanity itself. And maybe that's the deeper message behind the Aztec creation myth. That light is not free, that life comes at a cost, and that sometimes even the lowliest among us, like Nanahuatzin, can become the sun if we have the courage to leap into the fire. Thank you for watching Epic Time Journeys. Until next time, keep questioning the past, because sometimes the strangest myths reveal the greatest truths. Let me know if you'd like the thumbnail prompt, video title, tags, hashtags, and description next.